Farah Hanoun for MMA Junkie, and I'm joined by one half of the July 18 co-main event, Jack Hermansson, who takes on Kelvin Gastelum. Jack, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you very much. Good to be here.
Tell me, how's this week going to look for you? When are you going to head out to Abu Dhabi, and what's the travel going to be like for you?
We are traveling the 13th, and I'm gonna go to London, and from London to Abu Dhabi. So we still have a week of training to do.
Okay, that's cool. And I'm assuming they're going to test you in London right before you hop on to the flight. Is that what's going to happen?
Yeah, that's correct. They're gonna test me before the flight, and then they will test me, I think, right after the flight or when we get there as well. So there will be two tests there, and then we're gonna be put in some kind of quarantine, I think.
Okay, and what were your thoughts or your reaction when you found out A, that Fight Island is in Abu Dhabi, and B, that you're going to have to go through all these testing procedures?
The testing procedures is no problem. I think it's good that the UFC is taking it seriously and that they have a safe event. So I'm happy to do that. That was in Abu Dhabi. It came like a surprise because I really thought that this was going to be a new location, which is not. They had events there before. But on the other side, they're going to do something new with the Octagon on the beach, and it's going to be interesting to see how it looks when the first Fight Island event goes.
And what are your thoughts of fighting? If you're the co-main event, I'd say pretty early morning there in Abu Dhabi. It might be like 7 a.m. local time or something like that. What are your thoughts on fighting that early?
That's going to be interesting. The good thing is that it's probably going to be a little bit colder than it will be midday, for example. So that's the good part. The bad part is that I probably have to adapt already here at home and start to, basically wake up earlier and earlier and earlier until I wake up in the middle of the night, and that feels natural to me. So I think that's the adaptation that I need to do for this one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that, do you think it's enough time? Maybe if you're gonna fly in on the 13th, do you think you'll have enough time to do that?
I will start at home before for sure. So I'll make some time adaptation here at home, and then hopefully I manage to adapt to the heat for the week I'm there.
Absolutely. And before we talk about the matchup, you were initially supposed to fight Chris Weidman. What happened with that fight?
Uh, I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't remember completely, but I think that Chris pulled from the fight for some reason that I can't remember. I'll just put that to the side because I was so happy when I got the Gastelum fight. But basically, the fight would never happen anyway because we were travel and visa issues and so on. The fight couldn't happen in the States. And then I don't think that Chris was ready to fight on this card or whatever. But uh, anyway, Gastelum wanted to fight me. I wanted to fight him. We asked the UFC if we could make it happen, and we could. So I think the outcome was even better than where we started. So I'm super happy with this fight, and so looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to ask you. I mean, Weidman is a big name, former champion, but in terms of the rankings and moving forward in the division, I'd assume Gastelum is the better option.
Yeah, absolutely. Gaslam is a little bit more up to date. Ryman has a big name, and but as you mentioned, it's a little bit about the ranking as well. And I want to move forward, and then I feel like Gastelum is the right fight to do.
And what are your thoughts on the matchup? I mean, Calvin's had a couple of setbacks. The Darren Till fight, he was maybe a little stagnant. The Adesanya fight was a spectacular one. What do you make of his recent performances?
I'm just thinking that I will be fighting the Gastelum that fought Israel Adesanya. Gastelum on his best is a really, really dangerous opponent. So I think he's a great fighter, and I'm looking forward to try my skills against his.
Stylistically, how would you break down the fight? How do you see it playing out? Do you see it on the feet, on the ground, a bit of both?
I think it's going to be a little bit of both, stand up, clinch, wrestling, ground game. And Kelvin is probably want to keep his stand up. I think his boxing is his biggest asset. So, Gaslam has dangerous hands. I have good variety in my game. And I'm going to try to be unpredictable, and it's going to be hard for him to read what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to find some openings and hopefully finish the fight.
And I know you had a setback in your last one, but you were on such a good streak. Where do you feel like a win over Kelvin would put you? The division is a little bit different than it was a short while ago. New faces like Darren Till and now Costa fighting for the belt. So where do you feel like a win over Gastelum would put you?
I think it's going to put me in the right direction to move forward. So if I win over Kelvin Gastelum, then we'll have to take a look at the top 5 names and see who we can fight from there and move towards that title again.
And what do you think of the fight between Adesanya and Costa? It sounds like they're going to coach Ultimate Fighter, so they might fight a bit later than we expected. But what are your thoughts on the matchup, and who do you think wins?
Super interesting fight. I think both guys are amazing. Adesanya is a wizard, and Costa is a machine, a monster. He hits hard, he has pressure, he's huge, and he can do it for all the rounds. So I'm super impressed by him. I think that pressure might be too much, and I actually give Paulo Costa a small advantage in that matchup.
Interesting. And you're fighting the co-main event, which would be around 7 a.m. Are you happier that it's around 7, 8 as opposed to maybe 4 or 3 o'clock in the morning? Do you think that's a better timing for you to fight, or is it difficult either way?
I think it's a little bit better actually. I think that's a little bit better because it's fewer hours to adapt to. So that's good. So it's gonna be a little bit tricky, but I think it's not gonna be a big issue.
Do you know what to expect when you're arriving there? Have the UFC been telling you what, other than the testing and stuff? Do you just know because they're closing off Yas Island for you guys and stuff like that? But can you even imagine what it's gonna be like? Have the UFC spoken to you? Like, I think they're gonna have like restaurants and stuff like that for you. But I'm trying to like find out what it's gonna be like.
I think that we're going to be pretty restricted actually, and just have a small area where we can move and do stuff. So it might not be the best tourist experience to go to Abu Dhabi this time, but hopefully it's going to be a nice hotel and a nice relaxation area, and we'll have a good time that time up to the fight. So I'm looking forward to it, but it's probably not going to be too spectacular fight week, even though I hope the event itself is going to be something else.
And in terms of the weight cut and stuff like that, have you made any adjustments just because you're going to be traveling and there's going to be maybe, I don't know how long they're going to keep you in London or whatnot, or what the process is going to be like exactly, but have you made any adjustments in terms of your weight cut, maybe start a little bit earlier or anything like that?
No, I'm not the biggest middleweight as well. I don't cut too much weight, so I feel like I'm in the perfect shape right now, and I'm not stressing with that at all. It's just gonna go off me like nothing. I'm sure of that. So no big issues.
And the fight being 7, 8, it's better for your fans back home as well, right? Because at least maybe depending on what time. A weekend. So wait, July 18, that's a Saturday, right? That's the Saturday card, right? Not the Wednesday card. So yeah, like they're off. They're going to be off. At least they can wake up early and watch you fight, right? Better than 3 a.m.
Yeah, it will be. It's 2 hours time different to Norway, so it's probably going to be like 5 a.m. here or something like that. So they will have to go up early to watch me fight for sure. Anyway, so but I'm sure they will watch.
A bit better than 3 a.m. 3 a.m. is that odd timing where you won't really wake up for it. You're gonna have to kind of stay up for it, right?
Exactly. So now they can sleep and just put alarm on.
Absolutely. And Jack, I appreciate your time, and ask you one last question. Do you feel like you need to make a statement win against Kelvin just to remind everybody of that streak that you had and the work you've put in the division?
Yeah, absolutely. I would really love a spectacular win because my goal is the title. That's what I want. That's what I work for every day. So a spectacular win would put me, open people's eyes, and I want people to crave me. I want the fans to scream that they want to see me fight. So hopefully I can make this happen this time.
And any way you envision this fight ending?
I'm gonna create a situation where I can find a finish. Kelvin is hard to get out of there, but yeah, that would be impressive if I could get him out of there with punches, for example. So maybe rock him on the stand up, follow up on the ground, and have a good TKO victory or something like that. That would be perfect.
All right, Jack, I really appreciate you taking the time. Best of luck on the 18th and safe travels. Hope everything goes smooth.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for this time.